Hi, Junk Journal friends. This is Stacy at JunkyCatJunction, and I'm here today with a little craft video. But first, I'd like to say thank you to my new subscribers. I've gotten a few in the last several days, so welcome. And if you're new here today, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I certainly do appreciate your time and your interest in my channel. So a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a video from Sandra at Blossom and Inspire, and she was playing with her paper punches. She had a bunch. I don't have very many, but her video got me thinking. And then a couple days later, I was watching Carrie, the paper monkey, and she was also using paper punches, and her video got me thinking about Sandra's video and how I could combine sort of the two ideas that they both brought forward. So what Sandra was doing is she was just cutting shapes out of wallpaper scraps to use for various embellishments and so forth. Carrie was using her paper punches to make altered paper clips. And that's what got me thinking. So for whatever reason, I've been getting Elle magazine for the last few months. I don't remember ordering this magazine. I don't think I did. It's not anything I'm interested in. But as I was looking through the magazine, and I have a couple of different issues here, what I was seeing were lots of images that I thought would be fun to just punch out. And I've punched out most of them. And what I did was, like, for instance, this piece right here without the Cartier jewelry. But, like, that's a nice image. So, and I love the colors, the green and this kind of aqua blue. So I would tear it out and I would glue it to plain cardstock, and then I would punch my shapes out of it. And with no particular, journal in mind or anything like that, just punching for, eclectic images and like colors that I thought were pretty. Like, for instance, this right here, I might go back and do. So just little things that I could punch out and, do whatever with. So that's what I did. Because I look at these magazines and I think, well, I don't really like using full magazine pages in my journals. And, I'm not super in love with, the glossy look, but a little bit in an embellishment isn't bad. So that's where I got inspired. I was inspired by Sandra to do the punching, and then Carrie to make some paper clips. So, but before I get into what I actually made, I'll just kind of give you a flip through or a run through of what I did. So these are really the only punches I have. I have two sizes of this scalloped edge, I have circles, and I have my whale tail. So that's all I did. But like in this one, this I think was a Cartier ad as well. And I just thought that was cool. And then I took my Ranger Distress, Tim Holtz Distress embossing pen, and I just drew around the scallop, and then I used gold embossing powder in my heat tool to emboss it. And I did the same thing with this one, except with silver embossing powder. And then I have some catalogs too. And so this was from a catalog. I just thought that was a cool kind of like granny chic looking, boho looking image. And with this one, you probably can't tell, but I took my Wink of Stella pen, and anywhere there was gold, I sort of zhuzhed that up a little bit, but you can't really see it. So yeah, these are my large scallops. This was from an ad. I can't remember what the ad was for, but this was a gorgeous like green velvet sofa. And of course there was a beautiful model laying on the sofa, and she was wearing, let's see, she was wearing a dress with this pattern on it. So I just went through and I cut these out, cut these scallops out of those images. This was, whoops, this was from the cover of the Elle magazine, and Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice, was wearing this reddish maroon reptile kind of long trench coat. And then these were just some other images, just cool colors, cool patterns. This was a dress. So this was in the same ad spread as the green sofa and this black dress, but the model was wearing a dress made out of this pattern, but she was laying on this sofa. So again, this was from a perfume ad, a lovely floral. This is like a spilled coffee cup, and I just thought that would be fun for an eclectic embellishment of some sort. This is the green velvet sofa again. This was spilled milk on black tile. So, some black and whites. So here's some white lace. And this was just kind of like a ditzy printed skirt. Some more lace, more of that sofa, and some more lace. So those are all my large scallops. And then the small scallops are pretty much, I did small and large out of all the same images. And then I punched out a couple of faces. And this is the black spilled milk tile again. Here's a kitty cat. Of course, had to punch him out. And here's the lovely trim on that green velvet sofa. And there's that sofa again. This was a beautiful dress that a model was wearing. Here's some more of this dress. I don't know how that got stuck together. These were the pillows on the green velvet sofa that this dress lady was laying on. I probably should have filmed some of the images of the actual pictures. Whoops. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so you can see the pillow here in this one with this cool black dress. And then, these are pretty much the same. In some cases, there were just cool, like textured. So this is a chain link fence. And then that little was some sort of embroidery or something. Here's some more of the leopard. And this was like a rock wall. And the back pocket of some jeans. More rocks. And then this was like a ornate iron fence type of a thing. Then, and here are my whale tails. So some rocks. I mean, this is not groundbreaking, but it was a way for me to use patterns and images from magazines that I would otherwise just throw away because I don't read fashion magazines. So here's some more of the chain link fence. So just for like eclectic journals, or just if you need a pop of color, like even this is, orange and sort of industrial looking. That could go in a Halloween journal. Just things that I thought were pretty. Something like this, I think, is something that could be embellished. And then there's that leopard again. And the rocks and another like rocky beach scene. I just hated the thought of throwing the magazines away if I could do something with them. So these are some of the things that I made. Again, not groundbreaking. And certainly, you know, patterned after the altered paper clips that Carrie made on her channel the other day. So this is Frida Kahlo, and then I have a couple of embossing paper punches. So I used those to create kind of a butterfly and floral headdress. And this is, let me get a sturdier piece of paper here. This is a hidden paper clip. So that would stick out from the page like that. And then this is one of the altered paper clips that I made out of that dress. And then the sofa or the pillows that were in the same image. And again, I used my embossing pen to put some gold accents. And then this was a tiny dragonfly punch that I have, so I just added that as a focal point, and this gold sari silk. So this is just an altered paper clip, like that. And then this is another altered paper clip, and it may not even be dry yet, but this was the belt, obviously, area of the trench coat that Victoria Beckham was wearing on the cover of the magazine. And then this was just plain green from the green velvet couch. And then I just added, I did copper, and I don't think I fully heated this one right there, so I'll have to go back and do that. But this was the copper distress powder, or embossing powder. And that's just another altered paper clip on a rusty paper clip. And then the last thing I made, and this I just kind of wung together last night, was sort of a belly band using some graphic images that I punched out. And again, these like chain link fence images, because I just thought those were cool. And then, so this was, this said 1965. This was an advertisement, or not an advertisement, but the picture for an article about a debutante like coming out from this era of 1965. But in France. And then I just added a little bit of bling at the bottom. So yeah, just, again, no particular journal in mind, just thinking ahead for some eclectic applications. And yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to come on and show these to you and this idea. And if you have old magazines laying around with images that you like, but don't necessarily want to use the pages, you too can punch to your heart's content. Punch out the paper to your heart's content. I mean, I suppose if there are people you want to punch, you can do that too, but that's up to you. That's between you and the police in your area. But anyway, so yeah, just wanted to show these to you. Hope maybe bring you a little bit of inspiration. And yeah, so I will sign off for now. I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think of this idea. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Should I just give this up altogether? But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.